Hey, howdy everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm checking out a Patreon poll winner, Rolo Tomassi, Where Myth Becomes Memory. This one won the poll a little while back. I've had another poll since then, and the other winner of that was, is it Jakub Zaiteki or Jacob Zaiteki? I'm pretty sure it's Jakub. Remind me. So I'm going to listen to that album soon as well. But in the middle of those two, I got to listen to Unrequited Pathway to the Moon, which was request by Airsick Lowlander. And then I've also got Diablo Swing Orchestra Pandora's Pinata, which is a Pig Vomit request. Pig Vomit also requested, I think it's an EP, Artificial Language Distant Glow. And then Tundra requested Violet Pony Monarch of Monsters. So I've got a lot of stuff to listen to. I'm currently hiding behind my mic because I have the most vile, disgusting, ugly pimple known to man on the right side of my chin. And I don't want to look at it, so I'm going to hide as much as possible. You don't want to look at it either. As much as possible, I'm going to hide behind my mic like this, and then we'll never know that anything was wrong, other than it looking a little bit awkward setup-wise, but it's fine. I'm not going to subject you to staring at that. All right, now that we got that out of the way, let's get on with this album. I'm excited. I heard Drip a few months back on one of my streams. By the way, who knows when I'm going to stream again. I feel like my content output, as slow as it has been lately, I'm happy with what I'm putting out content-wise on both of my channels, and I'm kind of behind on some stuff, so I'm catching up. Obviously, I'm behind on albums, but I got like a ton of album requests for some reason this month. I don't know why it was like over the top. Plus, I binged all of Severance up to this point, with the season finale coming out this Thursday, and at the time of recording, and so I got all that to worry about and edit on my second channel, and I'm behind on that as well, so I probably won't stream again for a while, and it might be a rare thing that I stream, so sorry, but I just have a lot to do on these two channels other than streaming. So, plus I'm playing Skyrim, I'm playing Silent Hill 2, there's just a lot going on, so let's get into this. I loved Drip when I heard it on stream. I still go back to it every so often. I think it was one of the best songs that I've heard on the stream, along with other songs. Like, obviously I discovered Vola on stream. 24 Light Years is one of the I think probably the top song that I've heard on stream ever, because that kickstarted my Vola obsession. And then this album and all that whatever other stuff, I saw them live last week, and it was incredible. I'm not going to spoil the set list, but let's just say every song they played was one that I was hoping they would play live. So it was a really good set list. Let's get into this though. Drip was amazing. I love the little like snare part in the beginning into the weird like mathcore stuff into those beautiful melodies. This is amazing. I'm so hyped. Now I'm going to listen to the whole thing. This is Rolo Tomassi, Where Myth Becomes Memory. And I've got the lyrics here. Let's go. This is a 2022 release, about 50 minutes. Let's do it. This album's going to be beautiful, I can tell. Ooh. Why am I getting Church's vibes from this? Major 1 to minor 3, one of my favorite chord progressions. Let's go. Off to an extremely strong start. I will forget. Will forget. I hate not hearing myself, because like when the music's loud, I can't hear myself talk or sing, and then I go flat, and I can tell I'm going flat. I just can't hear myself going flat. And I listen back to it on the recording, I'm like, oh, there's the part I couldn't hear myself. Yep. Incredibly strong start. This is gorgeous. It's gonna drop into something super heavy, isn't it? In a bit. Oh. 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 This is so perfect, dude. Why did nobody tell me this was this good? I mean, I knew Drip was amazing. No one's saying about the rest of this album being amazing. At least not that I've heard of. I haven't heard people freaking out about how good this album is. But this is incredible. Yeah, let's go. Milk the vibes. Yeah. The piano. This is so beautiful. This feels like an outro track almost. Slow beginning, build up, big payoff. I am so on board. This is so up my alley right now. Oh yeah. There it is. Whoo! This pattern here is kind of similar to Drip rhythmically. Her voice is so beautiful. Before we get into this, interesting that they're not quite exactly transitioning, but there's not really any pauses in between the songs. Like that was just a hard cut into the next song. The first track kind of started to fade and then went into the second. I want to go back to the first track actually, because I want to talk about how gorgeous this was, and then we'll continue. We'll talk about the second track. I got so sucked in, I wanted to hear more. I didn't want to go back and talk about it, but I have to because that's my job. That's what you pay me the big bucks for. This was so beautiful. I love just... This is one of my favorite chord progressions, especially when it goes back to the one. And hey, you know what else uses a similar chord progression? Peak. It's in the same key. The songs remind me of each other. They're not exactly the same chord progressions. They are similar though. And they're both like slower ballad tracks in the key of D, which is one of my favorite keys. Because then you've got like adjust with the remain strong. Remain strong. I don't know the words to this song, even though I've heard it a million times. That's how bad I am with lyrics. I don't even know the words to this song. I don't know the words to this song. Moving on. This is not about Cold Night for Alligators. I'm done glazing them for now. This song, gorgeous, milks that chord progression, especially the 1 to 3 back to the 1. That's one of my favorites. I kind of want to do a video one day on the things that influenced me as a child to be where I am now with music, like the chord progressions and stuff that I love. Like, why do I love these chord progressions? And I've been thinking about it. I can kind of pinpoint either certain songs or overall like albums or styles or things for everything that I love and stuff that I heard when I was younger. And I kind of latched onto. For example, this chord progression, the 1 to 3, is one of my favorites. And the first time I remember hearing it is in the song Believe from Polar Express. And so on and so forth. But I remember it clearly in that song. And that song's a little bit cheesy, but the beginning chord progression of that is so gorgeous. And it's used as like a motif throughout the movie as well. Peak, by the way, probably arguably the best Christmas movie. Unless you're weirded out by the Uncanny Valley thing. I have too much nostalgia for it. I can't be weirded out. I love it too much. Anyway, that was so beautiful with this track. And just the overall vibes of this, it gives me very, very similar vibes to Churches. I'm going to look them up. I hope I don't get copyright struck because they're way more popular. Yeah, 3 million monthly listens. You've probably heard one of their songs before. Like, it's kind of, her voice is kind of similar to the singer of Churches here. And this was an album that I loved when I was younger. This is like high school me loving this album. We sure will never keep your... And we've also got, I don't know, I'm not going to go into like a Churches deep dive again, but they're a really good band. That sort of like sharp forward, very bright tone in like the higher register and everything, it reminds me very much of Churches. Obviously more metal, but very interesting. I caught on to that as I was listening to Drip a lot more in my free time. And I kind of made that comparison. And then, you know, after I heard Drip and I listened to it a bunch, I went back and I listened to more Churches and got re-obsessed with them. But great band, by the way. Go check them out. They're more like pop stuff, but They're really good. The second song continued. We're in the same key. We're in D, but this kind of does like a kind of a similar chord progression, but in a heavier song. That's a very simple melody, but it works so well. It's a simple, just stepping down melody, but it works really well as like a soaring, beautiful vocal melody above the heavy instrumentals. Straight into it, man. Oh! Whoa! That's a cool chord progression. Oh, that's big. You feel that atmosphere? That's a big atmosphere. This is amazing. Oh, let's go. This is so fire. This is beautiful. Wow. I love the progression of this. This is so good. I really love the soft piano sound they're using. Okay, before we get into the next one, wow. Every song is amazing. And every song is hit in a different way. First track, incredible progression. Great slower track. Great build up. Great softer one. The first track had a lot of vibes to it. Fun riff. The overall progression of that, the melody of the chorus was great. This one, the progression is even more interesting because it slowed down into that quiet section at the end. The atmosphere was huge. And then you had that like not sure exactly what the melodies are because I never really catch it on the first try. I said it before, but I don't really catch exact melodies and exact chord progressions on a first listen. I usually just get the overall vibe of it, and then I can just riff on it and vamp on it. I could go back and listen to it and check my work and all that, but who needs to do that? I'm not going to do that. That's too much work. Let me hear. If there's a transition, I want to hear this. That was so cool. The like, just starting with some piano and that acting like as a motif throughout the whole song. So fun. It almost gets kind of classical here a little bit. Briefly. And this is not synced. Lovely. That bass tone. Oh. Chunky. Oh. That's a great riff. They're cutting off an eighth note there, and it's messing up the headbanging. Tom build up. Oh yeah, we're back to it. They changed up the drumming pattern too. The riff is the same, but now the drums are cutting off that eighth note a little sooner each time now. Whoa, okay. Very different, much shorter song. That was really like a 2-section song. You had that beginning part, the heavy little riff section, that middle clean vocal section, and then the riff part came back with the drumming different. Instead of going like through the like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that 1, 2, or something like that, and like adding that extra like cut off beat and then like skipping a beat. They started doing that like every time. Dun 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 or something like that. I don't know. I wasn't counting, but added a nice, interesting feel to the last section of that song. That's all I gotta say there. Great song. Love that riff. And now it's happy? Dude, if this keeps up, this may be a masterpiece. Oh my goodness, this is continuously just impressing me. Each song feels so interesting. Oh, the harmonies. This is very Churches. Where are they from? Where is this group from? I hear a hint of a non-American accent there. I gotta look up and see where they're from. They're British. They're British. Never mind, I hate this. Never mind. This is actual dog water. I can't like this. They're British. Simple but effective chord progression. I'm ascending. Let's go. Let's go. Peak. 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 The little piano part. Ah, very similar song progression to the first, just in terms of the overall like low, quieter introduction, building up to like a bigger part towards the end. Gorgeous. My goat is next. Let's go. We're on track 5 of 10, which means we're about halfway through. All right, guys, if you don't know about Drip, you're about to have your minds blown. This song is unbelievably good. As good as the rest of the album has been so far, I think Drip still takes the crown as my favorite. Now, don't get me wrong, I adore this song and the opening because I love my slower ballad tracks. You know me, I love the slower ballad tracks. But I think Drip has to take the crown for best song on this album so far. But man, that does not mean that the rest of the songs are bad at all. Here we go. Here we go. You ready for a lot of snare? This had me so hyped the first time I heard this because the snare comes in and you think the snare is doing like the beat or something. It's not. This is the beat. Dun 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 dun. Here we go. This buildup is so good. And then nothing gets me quite as hyped as like when the vocals come in and there's like a little drum fill thing. Oh. Let's go. Could this song be any better? I don't think so. Build it. Build it. Here we go. Here we go. You're not ready? Here we go. It's so peak. The little fill comes in the second time. The screaming vocals come in after the chorus. I misspoke, not the first time. The little like drum fill thing. It goes like dooga dooga ting, bam, back into it. Such a sick drop. On the worst days I slip. On the worst days I slip. Walking out. I never knew the words to this. Trace the line in our love. I'm seeing the words to this for the first time. Could it be more peak? Here we go. Oh. It can't get more peak than this. Get ready. This is so sick. This is such a hype drop. Not there. Where is it? I forgot. It's been a while. Come on. That cymbal hit is so good. Oh, it's about to go into the next track. Something about this just hits even harder knowing that the rest of the album is so amazing. I mean, I didn't expect it to not be amazing. The rest of the album is incredible, but Drip still takes the cake. That drop into the second scream section, unbelievably good. It's just too good. Right here, right here. That drop into the little cymbal hit. This gets me so hyped every time. Yeah. I'm being too loud. It's like 11 p.m. Worth it though. This song is so peak. Let me play some stuff. On the worst days I slip. It's so good, man. That melody hooked me so hard the first time I heard it. It's one of those songs that just gets stuck in my head constantly. There's a handful of songs that I don't listen to all that much, but they really get stuck in my head constantly. Let's keep going. I want to hear this ending because it seems like it's about to go into the next track. Peak. That's cool. That's cool. The cymbal dies away and then it comes back and right into the next song. That's creative. Interesting, kind of almost a one chord song so far, at least. It's playing around mostly with just a straight up E minor chord. Flat 2? Whoa, nice chord switch up. That's so cool. Da-da-da-da. Little like darker twist there. All of these songs are so interesting and they're all so different. Progression of them is it just keeps you on your toes the whole time. It's so fun. Oh, What a weird song. That chord progression was the most interesting one so far. Going from like the E minor and then pulling out some other weird chords. This is so interesting. The whole album is so engaging. I love her soft vocals. The piano's been such a standout this whole album. Oh yeah, we're speeding up. Let's go. This is so well written. 2 more. Oh. Please go into the next song and explode. Please, please. Yes! Yes, dude, yes! Oh my goodness, this album is a masterpiece. Wow, this is my next obsession. This is my next album obsession. I'm calling it right now. I've been obsessed with Fox and the Bird. It's currently my second most listened to album of all time now somehow. This is next. What a masterpiece. Yes! Oh. Weird harmonies back. Nice emotional little fade out. Final track. Masterpiece, 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 masterpiece. No, this album's a masterpiece. I was just about to say, like, whether I give this album a masterpiece or not will depend on how they end this. Masterpiece. This is perfect. This is flawless. This whole album is so flawless. Oh, those big 7th chords. 7th and 9th, man. Major 7ths and 9ths. So beautiful. Just my favorite. Oh, piano. Something like that. I can't tell exactly what the piano's playing, but either way, it's beautiful. Oh, that is such a perfect way to build emotion. Just punch every 8th note. Oh. Oh, give me a whole minute of atmosphere. Yes. Milk it. I love that shininess. This is what Spirit Box should have done at the end of Deep End. I love when albums just have like at least just a straight minute of atmosphere and beauty as they really draw out the fade out at the end of the album. Yep, that's a masterpiece. Wow. I have heard so much good music this year. It's not even funny. This may be possibly the year that I have heard the most masterpiece albums in my life. And I thank you guys for this, because I would not have heard this without the channel and without your recommendations, and you all voted for this. So thank you. Thank you to those people that voted in the poll. If you're not on my Patreon, go join. You can vote on polls and stuff. The next poll will be a little ways away. I still have 5 more albums I have to get to. Well, 5 albums and an EP, I think. But after that, the polls will come back. I'm just taking a little hiatus so I can catch up, because if I do the polls and then I keep stacking albums on top of the ones that I already have to get to, it's just going to be a lot. So I'm pausing polls just for a bit. Go ahead and join my Patreon if you want to, if you're not already there. If you are on my Patreon and you are in the base tier, consider upgrading. We've got the poll tier where you can actually vote on these polls. So I would wait till the next poll comes out. Don't join right now, because then you won't get your money's worth. We've got that. We've got you can request a song in the next tier. Oh no, the next tier is the movie and TV tier, where you get my full movie and TV reactions and a week early access. So that's fun. You can request a song, you can request an album, you can request a song, album, and movie with the top tier. There's a lot there. I need to get better at shelling my stuff and making you guys give me money, because I don't advertise it that often. So what a masterpiece this was. Just everything from start to finish was perfect. I don't think there was a single flaw in this whole album, or a single weak link, instrumentally, vocally, lyrically, progressionally, chord progression and song progression. it was just perfect the whole time. Everything was so interesting. Songs were always doing some sort of switch up. You don't know what's going to happen next. When they were taking their time with things, it wasn't just milking things and repeating things just for the sake of it. It was building the atmosphere. It kept growing. It kept getting more interesting. They had so many great moments in all of the songs, especially that transition between, I think it was Stumbling to Resist Forgetting, was it? Where it went, like, it was quiet, and I'm like, please pop off, please go heavy, and then immediately into it, and I just lost my mind. That moment is better than anything in Drip, I think, but Drip takes the cake for my favorite song on this album still. And hearing the whole thing, now I have an excuse to listen to it, because I don't often listen to songs outside of albums. The only reason I've heard this more than once is because I put it on a playlist. And I only just last year actually made my first playlists, because I never listened to music. I've never before listened to music in a playlist. Or if I do, it's just because I want like something to study back in the background. So I'll just put like study music or whatever on the background. Those playlists, by the way, you can follow them. They're on my link tree down in the description if you didn't know. Wow. Literally everything about this band is so impressive. I cannot overstate how much I loved this. This is going to be my next obsession, for sure. I'm going to listen to this so much, and I'm just going to be obsessed with how perfect this is. Absolute masterpiece. Incredible. I kind of gave all my thoughts and opinions during the song, so I don't have too much to say here at the end, but thank you for watching. Go check out my socials. And thanks for everything. Thanks for support. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.